rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Math Ustadh. This is lesson 4 for histograms. If you have not done these previous lessons, then I'll suggest you go to the previous lessons and catch up. Everything we have learned so far is on this page. You can have a quick look by pausing it. To proceed, we will do an independent task for the example we gave in the previous lesson. If you don't know how to do these questions, which is based on finding the estimated mean, please go back to the previous video. So I'll give you 5 minutes to have a go at these two questions. Assuming that you have spent 5 minutes having a go at these questions, I'll be going through the answers. So we need 2 more columns over here. Okay, so we've got MP standing for midpoint. So MP times frequency. So 2 columns over. The midpoint means the middle number between these two. That's 10. Next one is 30, next one is 50, and next one is 70. The midpoint times frequency, 1 times 10 is 10, 6 times 30 is 180, that one is 450, and last one is, let's do it quickly on the calculator. Okay, so let's quickly do this here. The calculator is not working. We can just do this, 28, 14, 16, add a 0 there, so 1680. Okay, so once we have this, we're gonna add the total of frequency. So the sum of midpoint times frequency divided by the sum of frequency. Okay, so that when you add this up, we get 190, 500, 640 plus this is 2000, 2000. I lost the counter. Okay, so 190. After this, we got 640. We add that together, we get 2320. Okay, that's our sum of our midpoint times frequencies divided by these. So do 1 plus 6, 7. 7 plus 9 is 16. 16 plus this gives us 40. Okay, so we got 2320 divided by 40. Let's quickly see if we got the calculator, and we don't. Perfect. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Math Ustadh. Today we are in lesson 4 on histograms. If you have not seen the previous videos, please go back and have a look at the previous videos. Everything we have covered so far is on this page. You can quickly pause and see if you know this. If you do, then let's proceed. Okay, so I would like you to do this independent task for 5 minutes. So please pause the video, have a go at these questions. Assuming that we pause these questions for 5 minutes, let's go through the answers. Okay, so we need 2 more columns here. MP stands for midpoint, then you have midpoint times frequency. 2 columns over here. Midpoint means the middle number between these two. That's 10, that's 30, that's 50, that's 70. Midpoint times frequency, so 1 times 10 is 10, 6 times 30 is 180, 9 times 50 is 450, and 24 times 70 is 1680. Let me just double check that. So 24 times 70 Yes, that's correct. All right, so let's add these up. The total of this is going to be 40. Done that. Let's add these up on the calculator. 10, add 180, add 450, add 1680. That gives me 2320. 2320. Okay, so our equation is sum of MP times frequency divided by sum frequency. Okay, so we're going to do 2320 divided by 40, and on the calculator we should receive the following: divided by 40, 58. Okay, so let's double check if this is 47, 16. Yes, so it was 58. That's our answer for the first one. Okay, second, so that means the estimated weight for the tangerines is 58 grams. Okay, question number 2. Troy collected some information about the number of hours students spend watching television over a week. His results are shown in the table. Okay, so we got a different number of people watching different hours of television. Write down the modal group. Modal group means the most frequent. Okay, so there are mostly people in this category. So that's your A. Okay, so we can write between 10 and 15 hours people are watching television per week. Yeah. Okay, which group contains the median? Median. Okay, so let's find out the median. We'll do total number of frequency. So that's 11 plus 11 plus 22. 22 plus 4 is 26. 26 divided by 2 gives us 13. So the 13th frequency is the median. Okay, so the 13th frequency is not going to be in this category, not this category. It has to be in this category. Yeah, so this is the so we can only have the third frequency here up to 11th frequency here. 13 has to be that one. So again, we're going to write between 10 and 15 hours is where the median is. Okay, find an estimate for the median for the find an estimate for the mean to 1 decimal place. Okay, again we have to do the same thing what we did for this question over here. So let's just rub this out quickly. Okay, so for question C, we just have to write these two columns, MP, and we have to write MP times frequency. Okay, so over here we're going to do a midpoint between these 2 points. So we got 2.5, over here we got 7.5, over here we got 12.5, and over here we got 17.5. So now midpoint times frequency. Let's do this using calculator. So 3 times 2.5, it gives us 7.5. 7.5. Again, we do the next one. Oops, made a mistake there. Go back to this page. So we're going to get the calculator back. So 8 times 7.5, we get 60. So that's 60 over here. To the next one. 11 times 12.5, we get following 137.5. So 137.5. The last one is 17.5 times 4, we get 70. So our equation is still this. Okay, let's change the color. It's getting a bit depressing having red. Let's stick to white. Okay, so over here we're going to add these up. So the sum of midpoints times frequency divided by sum of frequencies. So we have the following. So let's add all of these up. We got 7.5 plus 60 plus 137.5 plus 70. Okay, 275. So let's write this down. 275 and 75 divided by the total frequency, so that's 11, 22, 26, so that's 26. So getting our calculator again, just move this to the left so we can see what we're doing. 275 divided by 26 gives you the following, is 10.6. We can say 10.6 hours is the estimated mean for the number of people watching television. Okay, I hope you got that. If that took you more than 5 minutes, I don't blame you, because it took me approximately 5 minutes, because it's quite long, these questions are. Okay, let's move on to the finding a percentage of frequency using histograms. Okay, so let me just first and foremost change my pen. Okay, so it says the histogram shows information about the speeds in miles per hour that cars travel through a village. The speed limit is 60 miles per hour. So you can see there's some couple of cars that's gone over the speed limit over here. Okay, and second thing that we can notice is that we don't have any let me just change the neutral color. We don't have any frequencies, so we need to work out the frequencies. So if we call this A, we call this B, we call this C, and we call this D, let's work out the frequency for A. So that's going to be 30 times 5. 30 times 5 is 15. B, we've got the same thing. 10 times, okay, so each square is going to be 0.2 because of 5 squares. So 1 divided by 5 gives us 0.2. So 1 square is 0.2. So we got 3 squares, that's going to be 0.6. 6.6. 6.6 times 10 is 66. See, we got over here 20 over here, 20 times 3.6. So let me do a calculator. 20 times 3.6, that gives me 72. So 72 over here. And last but not least, question D, not the question D, square D. That's going to be those people who that went above 60 miles per hour. Okay, so that's 2 squares, so that's 0.4. 0.4 times 30. So let's do that. 0.4 times 30, that gives us 12. Okay, so that's 12 over here. So let's add all of these together. Let's use a calculator real quick. Okay, so we got 150 plus 66 plus 72 plus 12. Okay, the total number of people that are involved in the survey is 300. Okay, so let's write this down, 300. So the number of people that we want to find out the percentage for, the fraction of number of people that we want to find out, the number of people we want to find out that were under 60 miles per hour are ABC. So let's add them up. That's 190 plus 72, that gives us 262. So 260, that's actually wrong. Okay, that's 196 plus 72, that's 168. Yeah, so 268. So let's do this on calculator. 268 divided by 300, that gives us the following. You can see that 268 divided by 300, that gives us the following. Okay, that gives us 90. Okay, we need to multiply by 10. Times it by 10. Sorry, multiply by 100. So that gives us the final answer, which is 89%. We do times this by 100 to get a percentage. So our percentage is 89% of drivers were under the speed limits of 89, which is a good thing. Okay, going to the next question. It says histogram shows the ages of visitors to a library on one morning. Okay, what I want you guys to do is pause this video for 5 minutes. I'll go this question, then I'll go through the answers. Okay, I've assumed you have paused this video for 5 minutes and had a go at this question. So we got a example that I went through before. We're going to go through this question now. So it says the histogram shows the age of visitors to a library on one morning. What is the percentage of visitors over 40 years old? Okay, so let's go through this. So we aren't given any frequencies. Anything that's over 40 years old, so we need to just label this. So this one is above 40 years old, and this is also above 40 years old. So let's work this out. This is 5 times 15. 5 times 15 gives us the area of 45. Not 45, that's wrong. 75. Yeah, and the next one is that's 5, 10 times 5. 10 times 5 gives us 50. So this one is 50. So 75 times 50 is 125 people were visiting, and they were above the age of 40. Now we need to give in terms of percentage. So we need to find out the total number of people that visited the library by finding out the area. So this is 20 times, okay, so 2 squares is 1, 2, 3, so that's 13. 13 times 20 is 26, 260. 260. That one is. The next one is 10 times 7.5. Sorry, 17.5. Reckon. So that's going to be 775. The last one is 660. Okay, so let's add all of these up. Let's quickly use a calculator to save time. Just do it here then. So 260 plus 175 plus 60. Let's do this. 5. That's 14. That's 13 plus 6, 19. On there, 4. So that's 495. Okay, so it's 125 divided by 495. And our calculator is not working, so we need to find another calculator, which I cannot see at the moment. So we need to do 125 divided by 495 times 100. Okay, let me just quickly get this calculator again. So the calculator we're looking for is here. It doesn't appear whenever I close the window, so whenever I leave the window open, it doesn't come back up. So let me just do that again. Okay, so we have 125 divided by 995 times 100. That gives me the following percentage, which is approximately 25%. So 25% of visitors were over 40 years of age.